media of what was happening in the Middle East is, look, they are asking for justice, dignity, and freedom. They are like us, and for a while we forgot that they were Muslims. It's as if there is our values that they were sharing for a while, which in fact, the Middle East today is people, and the great majority of the people are Muslims. Not only you have Christians and Coptic in Egypt who are together celebrating the victory against Mubarak at the beginning. This was important, and you have agnostic and atheists, and you have Jews, and it's important here to get it right. The beginning of the whole process where people, Muslims in majority, asking for dignity, freedom, and justice. And we have to keep this in mind. Why? Because willing it or not, if you want to speak about human rights, and if you want to speak about peace in the Middle East, Islam is going to be part of the equation. Willing it or not, we need to understand that Islam is somewhere. So to ask the people to become like us and be less Muslim, to be more Democrats, it's silly. This is intellectual colonization, it's arrogance, it's patronizing. We have the values, follow the path. If this was the truth, we should be seeing this. You have been, and for the people in the Middle East, this is a rhetoric that has no consistency. You can't pretend that you were the Democrats who for so long you supported the dictators. So the only thing that we all have to share here is intellectual humility. We are trying our best, but to patronize about our values against versus your actions, and this sometimes is the same with Muslims and Arabs. Sometimes they are talking about the states by saying, oh, the states are not, this is what they are doing, and they are comparing our values against your actions. This is not a dialogue, this is not fair. You cannot speak about the Islamic values versus the American actions. And you cannot speak about the Western values against the Arab actions. We compare the like with the like. It's an intellectual attitude which is the starting point of understanding what is happening. Now, having said that, the first movement here was about these values that they were celebrating, and this is what they wanted. They wanted this freedom, and this is the way it started. And they wanted to liberate the country. Now, this is what happened, and they were able to get rid of the dictators, at least in Egypt and in Tunisia. And then it's still very, very unclear what is going to happen in Syria. It's a very sad story. The word is passive, where every day we have more than 170 people being killed. Every day. Every day. And 1 million refugees outside Syria. And it's as if we are unable to do anything. The situation in Libya is politically unsettled. And the situation in Yemen is problematic and very fragile in Jordan, and still repression in Bahrain. If you look at the whole region, it's unsettled, and no one can say now what is going to happen. But in order to hope, in order to be to have the right to hope that something is going to happen positively, we need to look at the situation the way it is now and what are the main challenges. And this will be the two parts of my talk now, with all the backdrop of what I want to say. The first part was about the backdrop, what we should get as something which is our understanding of the situation. And making it clear that at the end of the day, the Muslim citizens, the Coptic citizens, and the Arab citizens, whatever is their religious affiliation or with no affiliations, they are cherishing the same values and they want the same thing as us. Let us start with this as the position of principle. We are not asking for something else as to the values that they are promoting. So, what is the situation and in which way we have to look at it now? And this is what I wanted to say, and I took a long time in the book to explain this. In fact, we have been misled. We have been misled from the beginning because in our our discussion on what is happening in the Middle East, we look at the situation as if it's only a situation that we have to analyze in political terms. If the people in the street are taking to the street, it's because they want freedom. This is what I said. But now, the other actors are not only dealing with the political system. One of the most important questions